All right, welcome on a Saturday, you guys. I think I've worked more in the last 3 days than I have like the first full week of a month because this March is going to be record breaking in so many ways if we choose to jump all in on this. It's like the perfect storm of, and I don't want to call it a storm because it's something amazing, but it's like the perfect combination of the Star Diamonds just got together and really mastermind together and worked with corporate on how can we create like massive momentum company wide and corporate being willing to take their suggestions and roll with them and give them incentives that we are so excited to share, because not only do we have something really enticing that we all want to work for, that every single person can earn if they jump in now and start working, but also we have something so exciting to offer up to people to start their wellness journey. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. And everyone here, I hope you're already in the Star Diamonds Rising Facebook group. Give me a thumbs up if that's you. Yes, everyone in there. Okay, so we are going to be getting really like simple 10-minute spoonfuls and activities in there throughout the month that are going to set us up for major success in reaching our goals this month. So since we're starting right here in the very beginning, it's really important that we kind of know where we want to go and know where to put our focus in order to get there, right? So that's what this Zoom is all about. So hopefully you've already watched the kickoff Zoom in the Star Diamonds Rising. Thumbs up, who loved that. Like, talk about motivating, inspiring. I love that we're going to get consistently throughout the next 30 days, 29 days, like poured on from the best of the best in this industry. Like, what a blessing that we have that One Plexus community, you guys. That doesn't exist other places. I hope you realize that like they are literally like pouring into the whole entire company. And this is going to be amazing, because having that in combination with an exciting new LTO, in combination with free resets, in combination with free Apple Watches, like, it's just unreal. Okay. So that's why I've been happy to be working just like nonstop on, we got to take full advantage of this, and we got to jump on this now and get to work and join, like, link up arms so we can work together, hold each other accountable, and like have all the best activity in motion. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're like me, you get easily overwhelmed. Anyone relate to that? Anyone? Especially when there's so many different things. Like, okay, I have to understand that in order for people to take advantage of the rank rewards, they also have to add 3 new VIPs this month. I have to understand that in order for, like, it's easy to get overwhelmed because there's a lot to understand. Okay. So I'm going to tell you just the most important things for you to know to reach your goals right now. Right now, if you want to write these down, these are the writer downers. Okay. These are the lists you're going to need to identify. Most important. All right. Everyone who's gold to senior Ruby on your team. That's the first list you want to make. Maybe you're a brand new VIP, and that's totally okay. That doesn't apply to you. Oh, well, move on. Next one, all VIPs on your team. Okay. Next list is people who haven't ordered in 6 months or more. We're going to want to send a different message to them, aren't we? Yes. Okay. How about business builders who've kind of put their business on the back burner for one reason or another? They've kind of lost their steam. This is the best time to reach out to them and say, hey, I don't know where you're at with Plexus right now, but if you've considered like jumping back in, there's never been a better time, and here's why. So make sure that you're making those conversations happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. These are top priority. Also, Okay, so the people that you've had conversations with about Plexus in the past, but they haven't yet ordered, that's your next list. All right, people that you've had those conversations with, but they have not yet ordered. And then people who you have not ever had a conversation with about Plexus. And if you're like me, I'm going to break that into two categories, like people that I really would love to work with on the business side and that I see business potential in. I'm kind of maybe put a star next to their name or make a separate list for like dream teamers, business potentials. Okay. So those are the lists that you're going to want to make. Did I miss any? Those are the ones I have written down.
I have one more. I have one more.
What is it, Carol?
Anybody you've ever spoken to about the business before. I have a separate list.
Okay, separate list for, yes, already had a conversation about Plexus, but not, yeah.
Even if they said, oh, I'm kind of interested, talk to me about it later or anything like that.
Yeah, I know you've had a lot of those, so that's good to have a separate list for those. Okay, now, most important is that you don't overthink it and you just start reaching out now. We want the first week of March to be our best week, meaning we put in the most work hours this first week, and that's going to set us up so we will have the most potential all throughout the month. And I don't know if you noticed, but the last day of March is actually Easter Sunday. And who wants to be working on Easter Sunday? And who thinks people are going to be responding to you on Easter Sunday? Nope. So we got to make this happen earlier. Okay. We're not going to be working and busting our butts and trying to make up for the work we should have done early the last 48 hours. All right. So message suggestions. I've gathered some really good ones already. You may have seen some already in the Star Diamonds Rising. Brittany Howard, I believe, shared some good ones in there. I got some from Bree Coolidge. I actually made a board, so I'll share the link to the board for you. And then for those of you that don't have boards, I can give you one gigantic note because I'm not going to send them one at a time. Is that cool? Okay, so do you want me to put the link to the board in here, or should I just give it to you after in the chat and in the yes? Is that yes to that, Stacy? Okay, no bother right now. But I do have them in a board. There's some really good ones from Brittany Howard. I got some good ones from Bree Coolidge. I saw Jill Renfro had made some. Don't overthink it. Just pick the message that feels most authentic to you, that fits with that person in that list. And then make it your own, put your own work, like tweak it to make it your voice. So, because people can tell, and voice messages are always going to be the best received because they can really feel your like energy and excitement behind it. And so make sure you're smiling while you send the voice message, they can tell. And so that's most important. Okay. Besides that, once you've got your lists, once you've got your messages, you want to load up this first week with like send more messages this first week of March than you've sent in the past 3 months, maybe the past 6 months, right? Remember when we did that 100 reach out challenge? Let's go. I don't know if you're like me, but I found my list and I was like, ooh, there's a ton of people I can revisit here. And there's a ton of people that I didn't get to in here. So hopefully you already have a list. And if you don't, then don't overthink it. Just like get on Facebook or go through your phone contacts or whatever you do to just start blasting out as many messages as you can. All right, next is you want to know top priority, writer downer, what's your goal? And I would break it down to, is earning an Apple Watch one of your goals this month? I will tell you, every single person starting out brand new, or no matter where they're at in their business, if they're a double diamond, anyone can earn an Apple Watch this month if they start now. So do you want to earn one watch? Maybe you want to earn 2 watches. That's possible if you're starting now for sure, right? What's your points goal for March? I would like you to actually have a points goal for March. And maybe that includes a rank up. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just like, I want a 25% point increase this month. And that's fine. That's a really good goal. Even a 10%. increase is fine based on what you really want. What is your goal for helping develop people? I'm going to challenge you a little bit on this. How many silvers do you want to develop this month? Don't underestimate yourself. I'm going to give you tools. And I think a lot of times that's what holds us back from really going after, like, boldly telling people about the opportunity after they order, or leading with a message like that, is we don't know, well, what if they say yes? Then I don't know what to do, right? Anyone felt that before? I'll tell you, even as Jules, we feel that, right, Jen? Yes, we do. We're like, crap, they said yes. Now what? Okay, so I'm going to give you a really good board that has proven, like, really good stuff if they say yes. So it will tell you exactly what to do if they say yes. So how many silvers do you want to develop this month? Starting right now, there's no one on here that can't develop silvers. Even if you haven't done it before, we're going to give you the right tools, the right things to say. With this type of incentive, your new VIPs are likely going to be very open to earning, and like earning cash and maybe an Apple Watch just for grabbing some accountability partners. Part of our message is going to be no one starts alone this month, right? And that'll just be like the message we put out to everyone. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that in our chat. By the way, when I'm saying chat, I'm meaning we have a March Momentum chat. And if you're not in there already, I did offer that up. So if you want to be in there and you're not in the chat, just let me know, okay? All right, moving on. Oh, and I want to encourage you also, let's not just make like this 1 month of growth and then like fizzle back into where we were. I want to encourage you to make a 90-day point goal. Did you realize 90 days from now is where you're going to show at convention? It's the rank it's going to show on your badge. Did you realize that? So what do you want your badge to say at convention? 90-day point goal. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to break down a 90-day point goal at the end. It's actually pretty simple, but we tend to overthink it. And all right, so let's dig into this. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through some of this kind of fast. All right, so props to Bree Coolidge, who made this fantastic PowerPoint, because you guys know that's not me. We're going to map our month to set us up for a whole successful year. And that's why we're going beyond just this month, but 90 days out, okay? So we tend to, and I'll tell you, human nature is right here in the beginning, when we first hear all these incentives and all the possibilities, we tend to get really excited. And I just want you right now to prepare yourself that you're going to have moments where you're like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to do it. This is too hard. I'm just tired. Like, life happens and hard things are going to happen. You'll get sick or whatever. And you're going to like have the tendency to like let go of your goal, you know? So don't do that. We're going to buoy each other up and like in the chat and utilize that Star Diamonds Rising daily, okay? It's not going to take a lot of time, but just at least like daily touches to keep us motivated and excited, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Achieving your goals. First of all, get clear, which we already kind of talked about that, is I want you to be really specific about what's my points goal, how many silvers am I going to work to develop this month? Am I going to earn 1 watch or 2? And that might sound like a lot to you. And maybe like, that's okay. If that's too much, you can totally just be like, I want to sponsor 3 people this month, and I have someone on my team that's really determined to get that watch, so I'm going to help her get that watch. Whatever it is for you, okay? But just get clear. Just have it all written down. And even better, make a graphic. If you're in the chat, you already saw that I'm doing a little prize giveaway for anyone that makes a graphic. It'd be cool if I had mine open where you could see it, but if you're in the chat, you've already seen it. So mine says, my big goal this month is senior Ruby reentry, earn my Apple Watch, develop 2 silvers. So those are my clear goals. What are yours? Make a visual of it. And I shared a Canva template in the chat that you can use that shows like earning the Apple Watch, and then you can add your points goals on there or a rank goal and help 2 friends earn an Apple Watch, whatever you want to add to it. But get that done so you have a visual that excites you, and then even use it as your screensaver on your phone for this month. Okay, so keep your visual in front of you, keep it clear. And then if you're like me, I know Stacy and some others, we love like Post-it notes. So my plan is I'm going to put up like right behind my computer here, I'll put up 6 sticky notes to indicate like who are my new VIPs for the month. And then I also set a goal to help 6 people in the chat or on my team to earn an Apple Watch. So I'll do like 6 of these to fill in with as people earn the Apple Watches and as I sign up new VIPs. So just make visuals for yourself, set yourself up for success and put it where you're going to see it constantly. So it's always on your mind. Even your subconscious will be working on it, even when you're like, you know, taking a break and doing other things. Okay. Accountability. So that will help. The chat will help a lot. Just pay attention to the Star Diamonds Rising group. That'll help. Set a schedule. So decide when are you actually going to work this, because everyone here should know by now, like, if you work this like a hobby, then you're going to get hobby results, hobby income, which is fine because maybe that's what you want and that's totally cool. But you have to be honest with yourself and just say like, am I treating this like a hobby or am I treating this like a serious business with huge potential? If you were your own boss, would you be proud of you and want to give you a promotion, or would you want to fire you? Self-check. Be honest, right? Are you really working this like a business? This is the month to work this like a business. If you've never, like if ever there's been a month to work it like a business, it's this month. Okay, so are we all clear on the basic March incentives? Free reset, and these are US. Canada's are, I think I've got them down, Carol, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. United States free reset or give 10 with 100 PV order. And if you add 6 new VIPs, personally sponsored with 100 PV, you earn an Apple iWatch Series 9. In Canada, you get a 117 Canada dollars credit, which basically is the price of a reset. And that's credited back to you within like 48 hours, isn't it, Carol? Can you just confirm?
I think they said 72 last time, but
Okay.
it's soon.
And you guys can also use the Give 10 as well, right?
I think it manually has to be done. That's why it takes a few days.
Okay.
And yes, we can stack it because we don't need a code for that. So we can stack the Give 10 or Give CA is our code.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
nice.
it's a Give CA is our code.
So the credit's automatic for you guys.
It's automatic, but it's manually implemented, so it takes a little bit.
Okay, so good to know for Canada. Did I say something about an iPad instead of an Apple Watch?
No, what I'm wondering, I thought I saw something about a Samsung option as well as an Apple iWatch. Did anybody see that?
Yep, they do. It's been confirmed.
Yeah, I looked it up earlier in the help center.
Yeah.
It's Samsung Galaxy 6 watch.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
So
'cause I
you'll
got-
have a choice then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you guys looked that up because someone asked and I was like, well, usually they give you the option, but
And Apple is an iWatch 9. Okay, thank you.
Does anybody else have a meeting in Canada? Is it worth me telling you anything else going on in Canada? No,
I do
speak
not.
up yeah.
no hands up. We're good. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Okay, so what you'll want to do, I'm just gonna skip over this because now here's the thing. Did you know that corporate's doing a reset challenge every week during the month of March, which is really cool. I actually have on the calendar a protein palooza 2-week challenge that I had planned before I knew about this, but now I'm kind of like, maybe we should just do.
Work smarter, not harder, Whitney. Why are we throwing an extra challenge in there?
No, that was already done ahead of time because we've been like consistently, we've already
Well,
been.
I know, but I
that
would
was
just,
already done.
I would buckle down with the corporate ones this month. Just my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or even, I mean, doing our own reset challenges are so easy. We already have all the stuff for it. So that'd be an option too. But I guess I'll bring that up with the jewels and we'll figure that out. Because I kind of was like, protein palooza, not really.
And maybe have like
vibing.
I was gonna say, but maybe have like I hate them, but a group chat of our team and kind of encouraging each other so we have that sense of community. Or we could use our challenge thing to kind of be a place to encourage people, but still do the corporate one.
Yeah, just for the resets, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking is I want to roll with what they're giving us this month. So more to come on that. I may change that from the 2-week protein challenge. So most likely. Okay. Now let's talk about rank rewards because this is a really big deal. This is a lot of extra earning potential for your whole entire team and yourself. You just need to be aware of it and take a look at who and how much, and then let them know about it right away. Because a lot of people, I guarantee you have people on your team that haven't been paying attention and they don't know that there's extra earning potential this month. There's a chance to earn a watch this month. They don't know all that stuff. So you want to like take a look at each one and see. Now I'm going to show you how to easily find your list for this. Okay. If you have a decent sized team, then that can be something that you definitely need to know where to find that. So anyone that had like your starting point is where you ended in February, okay? Whatever your rank was in February, if you rank that again in March, or you re-rank to a rank that you missed in February, then you're going to get the bonus that it shows on here. If you sponsor 3 people in March, you have to sponsor 3 level 1s with 100 PV or higher order. But then you get this in addition to like your all your other commissions and earnings. Okay. Does that make sense?
Can I ask a question? So I missed senior gold by 2 points. So I was at 248. So if I re-rank, well, when I re-rank this month and blow past that to my
Yeah.
350 goal, I'll get $150.
If you sponsor 3 people.
If
this
I
month,
sponsor
yeah.
3. Well,
Yes.
if I get a watch, I'll sponsor 6, right?
Yeah. And let's just say, because this was a question that I had, like, what if you re-rank senior gold and then you hit ruby? You're not going to get those 2. You're going to get whatever is the highest paid out. So you would get the ruby, like the regular ruby rank up bonus, not this one. Does that make sense? Whichever bonus is highest that you qualify for, that's the one that you get. Does that make sense?
So for Ruby, so if I got Ruby, I wouldn't get the $200 and the $500.
Correct. You
I would
just
just get the
$500.
$500.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's how you're going to specify. Wait, not this. I know there's a slide for this. Hang on. But I have these 3 individual graphics saved, and you're going to want to have these saved yourself. I also put them in the board because there's a message to go with each one of these, and it's in the board. So I'll share it after. Like, these are the people, once you identify who on your team like obviously brand new VIPs, that's we're gonna talk to them about the fast start opportunity, but otherwise like people that they're already a brand ambassador, but they do have rank potential this month, then you'd want to focus on the one in the middle with them. And if they're already like a brand ambassador with like, they're not even close to ranking potential this month, then there's still earning potential for them and the watch. So those are just 3 different categories that you'll want to be familiar with the earning potential, and then use the specified message to go along with it with the people on your team. And this, I know there's a slide for this. Okay. They're basing those numbers, by the way, just off of the bare minimum, like triplex. And obviously, like if you're leading with, I typically sell more than just the triplex. If like bare minimum, usually, especially right now, with all the hype being around the slim black cherry lime, hunger control with the balance combo, people losing lots of weight with that, and then get the plexus reset for free, then that, obviously it would be more, but this is bare minimum showing you what your earnings would be. If you see how good I am with technology. Why can't I move this? I want to move this. No. Oh, there we go. All right. Also, this is just showing you like your earning potential with the free reset added on per each person that you personally sponsor if you get 6 and earn the Apple Watch. Bare minimum, okay? It'll be more than that if you sell combos more than just the equivalent of triplex.
Okay, I have a question because
Okay.
that's adding in the PV of the free reset. So
Right.
we're
That's
getting
what, well, Bree Coolidge said that we are, but then someone in the chat said that they'd
Yeah.
already entered one and it takes the PV off. So my guess is you probably don't.
yeah, that's a high number.
Yeah, but this is how she showed it and said that we do. So I haven't confirmed whether we get the PV or not for the reset. I haven't confirmed that. Okay. So, all right. Now we already talked about making it visual. So we can skip that. Here it is. Here's where you find anyone who's gold through Senior Ruby on your team. This is how you're going to find them, okay? If you're not familiar with your virtual office, then you're going to go into your virtual office, points and rank. Then you're going to change the month to February. All right, change the month to February. And then you're going to double click on this column that says achieved rank, because when you click on it once, it's going to show you the lowest ranked people at the top to the highest at the bottom. If you click it twice, then it automatically is going to show you your highest achieved rank person.
No, go away.
Work your way down. So that's really easy to see. Anyone from Senior Ruby down to gold are the people that you want to write down. And those are the ones that you're going to be sending the message from the board with you're going to want to look at their paid rank right now, like where their points ended last month, and see, are they do they need to re-rank? Is that a possibility this month? Just kind of determine or maybe a new rank up is possible for them based on where their team points ended last month. So this is where you're going to get that information to figure out who on your team you're going to say what to them. All right. And I am so not a numbers person, but if you are, and I'm going to do it this month, but you want to actually the people that you really want to get to work with you this month, you're going to want to do the math of figuring out exactly how much they would earn this month. If they added this many people with just a basic triplex welcome pack, that would add you know, you want to add up the total of the points and you want to add up like all the things. So you know exactly, say, hey, did you realize that you could earn $1,700 this month if you add 3 new VIPs because of, you know, this new rank rewards bonus we've got this month and whatever. So just be willing to do some math. I know I can do it. That's my challenge. All right, now there is do you guys all have access to the new virtual office? I actually don't know that if it's just for Jules now or if everyone has access to the new virtual office. Because there is a place in there where you can actually see people's PV in
We do have access.
Okay, good to know. So if you want to, this was a suggestion Bree made. She said, if you want to go look at, and again, double click so it like goes highest to lowest. You want to see these people, like specify this person, if they have 275 PV, that means they are loving these products. And if you see, oh my goodness, they've never shared Plexus before, then that's someone you definitely want to have a different conversation with. So just be aware that that is a potential for conversations if you're looking in the new virtual office. All right, now sample messages. Don't overthink it, you guys. Just pick one and make it your own. Roll with it. Don't overthink it, okay?
Just
So-
for fun, I threw a few more in just to mess you guys up more.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
I
Okay.
threw a few other options that some other people were sharing, so.
In the chat?
Yeah, they're kind of Canadian. Then there's one for US, one that was Melissa's.
Oh, okay. Do you want to just send those to me and I'll add them to the board too?
Okay.
And I can make a Canada specific section. So,
Okay.
Brittany Howard, I loved hers. So obviously you guys can read. I don't need to take time reading these to you, but there's one. And I specifically like her suggestion of after you do a reach out like this would be someone that you've never talked to about Plexus, but like you've noticed they've interacted. I would say not even on a Plexus post, like you could totally still use this for that. Interacted with you at all on social media. And then even if they don't respond, okay, if they don't respond for the next week, our goal is to like splatter reset testimonials, reset info, make reset so desirable and that it's free in our stories, in our posts over the next week. And, you know, just make sure that since you've engaged with them in a message, they're likely seeing those things. And then you can come back a week or two later and say, hey, Susie, I know life can be busy and I myself mentally respond to messages all the time. In case you're like me, I just wanted to touch base one more time to see if you're open to a quick convo to see how this could help you feel your best. And at that point, she's already like, there's a good possibility she's seen some stuff that may intrigue her, okay? So just a fun suggestion. And why won't it go over now? Seriously, it won't work. Come
It's
on.
broken now.
It won't click over. What did I
There's
do?
no
wrong?
arrow this time. There was always a little arrow. You sure you have more slides?
Yes.
It says 15 of
It-
15 though. At the bottom.
There's more.
Do you
Look at
have another board or? Because it says there's only 15 slides.
But this is 14.
No, the next one's 15 right there. 15, 15.
Okay, they're not all here and I don't know why, but I don't think the last ones were that important anyways. I think it was pretty much just like set
Those
your
ones sucked.
Yeah, we don't need them. So what I'm going to do anyways is this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can just share it from my notes right here.
While she's looking, I put in the chat and I don't think anyone has, does that mean nobody knows if we add the reset and then we enter the code? Is there a code
Oh.
again this month?
Yes. Yeah, that's very important. Thank you for. thank you
So
for
yes, we add it. And then what is the code?
Reset.
Just reset. Okay.
Um,
And then I
right.
also had another question about, does anyone know, can you go back one slide, Whitney?
Am I still sharing the slides? I can't even.
Yeah,
see.
you are.
Okay.
You can go back one more. I just wondered if we have an idea. Is that one, the top one should only be sent out? Who's that being sent out to? Because it says 450. So just, does anyone know the math on the 450?
That's for anyone who, that's a fast start with earning the watch. So fast start adding 6 instead of 3.
So that would be to anyone who could fast start. Cause you, I mean, if not, you want to change the math on it if you're gonna send it to other people.
Yes. Yes, actually,
That's
good
gotta be
point.
6, because that was a conversation I've been seeing going around and going, I'm doing the math and it's still 3 something.
I
But that
know.
must be with 6 people. 450 must be with 6 people.
Well, and it was even confusing on the kickoff Zoom that Melissa did, because I even afterwards I was so confused and I texted her and got clarification. She was like, no, what I meant was if they fast start silver and earn the Apple Watch, then it's 450. If they only fast start silver, it's the regular amount, which is
Yeah.
305 to 325, I think. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Stacy. I didn't even catch that this should be current to someone that has fast start potential. I'll make a note of that I'll change it on the board. Okay, this is what I want to show you now. Is this one right here. How to like just really easily map out your 90-day goal. Do you see my note on this? It's not real pretty and I don't know how to make it look better. But let's say can you see this?
Click the green button to make it large.
Oh, thank you.
That's a little better.
A little better. It's not big, huh? Can I make it bigger?
Probably if
No,
you hit the
but
AA, the text at the top.
if everybody just pinches open their screen, a lot of the times they can make it bigger for themselves.
Not when you're on a computer. Not
You
gonna
do
I think you do control.
Control plus or Command plus if you're on a Mac.
Yeah.
And you can on a desktop also, you just have to go to the edge and pull.
Yeah, it's already
Where's
next to
where's
full
the
screen.
plus? Command.
I can see it totally.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right. Well, what it is let's just say, so we're just going to use the example of you want to be Ruby by convention. Okay. So that's 500 points. So your goal is 500 points by May 31st. So what you want to do is work backwards, making May your 500 point goal. Okay. You want to end May with 500 points. So where did you end in February? That's where you're going to break it down to where it accumulates to a larger point growth consistently over the 3 months to make it more doable. Does that make sense? So let's say if you ended February with 300 points, then you're going to shoot for a 50-point growth in March, and then you've got some more momentum, or even let's say 320, whatever it is. Okay. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you want to make the point growth, and you can see it better if you're doing a further out, like a 6-month point goal or a 12-month point goal. But I think what I want you to understand is that the points accumulate as you build momentum. It's not like an even breakup of divide the number that you want to increase divided by 3. because that's not reasonable to make that big of a jump in 30 days as it would be to make the full jump in 90 days if you're breaking it down incrementally. So we can use another example, like let's say your goal is 1,000 points by May 31st. And you ended February with, if I can type, ended at, oh, that's only a 90-day goal though. So let's say 800 points. Then what would be, no, let's even do 7. I think I need more time to make this make sense. Is this making sense at all? Or am I just confusing you? Okay. So if we ended February with 700 points and our goal is 1,000 by May 31st, then a realistic growth goal, if you already have 700 points, but you're not in momentum, it might be a big push to say, like, I guess 100 would be very reasonable even.
Say
So,
800.
yeah, 800 would be a good 1 month goal if you're not already currently in momentum, but you have that many points to end with. And then, well, this isn't a very good example because then we just need another 100 the following month and the following. Let's bump this to 12 then. So we can use it as a better example. So then a 200 or 300 point growth in April would be more realistic because you've already got some new blood and like new people sharing the business by then. So you could say like even 950 or 1,000 would be possible. And then continuing that momentum and working with new people fast starting, then it just builds and makes the potential even higher for the following month. So do you get what I'm saying? That would just be a 91. I actually, I did this with some of you a while ago to make like a 12-month goal. Was it 12 or, yeah, I think it was. So when you spread it out over that many months, it's actually really surprising to see if you are creating momentum and then you're building on that momentum each month, how many points you can actually create in a year. And the point is momentum, like momentum is magical. So now I want to show you, I actually have, is there anyone here that uses Brooks mapping template? Okay, because I have the link for it. Can I copy that? So Brooke made this new mapping template that I will share that you can follow. And then, so you can use this one, or you can just use like the super basic one that we've used, which I'll share as well. Okay. But important thing is to know, like, so let's say you want to be Ruby by convention. So we've broken down your point goals to say that your goal this month is 350. So you're just going to map this month for 350. Then at the end of this month, you're going to map next month for 475, for example, or whatever it was. Does that make sense?
I'll share what I just decided I'm gonna do. I've done my one like you where you work backwards. Because honestly, if you haven't done it, guys, Whitney's way makes it's so much simpler. This one was really confusing to me. I mean, I did it, Brooks is, I mean, this one's not as bad, but she used to total everything up and then take this points and this many. It was so confusing. But the working backwards thing really works really well for me because it's easy to see how achievable it is. Because at first you think 500 points in 3 months, but then you go, oh, wait a minute, only need 100 points and 100 points more. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
once it starts moving, it starts going. But what I just decided I'm going to do is, have you ever noticed people love when people stick the stickers on the wall? And people like Stacy used to put them on the mirror. You know, people love that. Yeah, I'm going to
Mhm.
totally do that. And I've decided I'm just going to tell everybody in Facebook land, hey, I'm doing a 90-day run and I'm starting with this month and I'm so excited. I'm going to put the post-it notes just what I need that month. Because I think if I put, because I just saw Trisha Reggers and almost made me want to throw up. There was 300 stickers or something like that, which for her is, but I saw that I was like, like a little bit. But I think if I broke it down by month and I did that and I shared it like maybe once a week, just kind of shared, this is where I was at in the end of the month, you just kind of go blast, bombastic. But that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know if anybody wants that idea.
I like it. I love it. Sticky notes. Sticky notes are powerful for sure. You can write numbers on them. I like to like put them up blank and then write the people's names on them as I fill them in. Or Stacy, I think, numbers them, and then as people sign up, she pulls them off. So she's counting down to 1. Like
Is it
from
okay if I share really
25.
quickly? Because a lot of times I've done, 25 post-it notes on my mirror. But right now it is like the train has stopped. And so in order to get my train moving again, I'm just focusing on what I personally want to do because I personally need to get things rolling. So right now I literally just made 1 through 6 and they're going to go up on my gold mirror that's off to the left here. And I'm going to fill these in. But yeah, I will, as I start thinking of people or I'm in conversations with people, I'll write their name on here. If they're not the one that signs up first, I'll just cross their name off, put the person's name on that signs up. I put it here, but I just move any names that are on here to the next number. So I'm constantly, it's in front of me who it is that I want to work with. And I'll tell you that has always worked for me. Why we stop the things that work for us is beyond my ever loving, but the book
You
worthy.
must be human, Stacy. That's human nature.
I'm loving the book worthy, just so you all know.
Good.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm just focused on me right now. It's gonna be 6 and 6 only. When I hit that 6, I'll make a whole team.
I love
it. Put those up there. So that's
Because yeah, ultimately we only have control over ourselves. But this is one thing I wanted to add is if you do have people sharing on your team, if you do have people business building on your team that do have goals for this month, you want to know what those goals are. And that
Yes.
is going to make it really a lot easier for you to know where your goals should be. Because if you have someone that's pushing really hard this month, then your end goal could be bigger than if you're only figuring out, well, what am I going to do this month? And then I can just guess that maybe Amber will add 2 people and maybe, Tanya's going to add a couple of people. If you are in conversation with them early in the month and you're like, what are your goals this month? Then you can like bank on that and know how to support them as well. So it's really helpful. And literally, okay, I'm going to share this with you. It's so fantastic. This is my beautiful guide for, my beautiful guide for a map. So this will help you break down how many orders you actually need and then who you're actually going to be spending your time working with to help them as well. So I will share that if this is all new to you and you're like, help me do this, then talk to your sponsor about helping you map. But really, you can break it down really detailed if that's something that's like really super powerful to you, but don't overthink it and just know where you want to end up. And if you really just kind of take a glance at those lists that we talked about, then you know where you need to spend your time. Okay. But make sure you're having those conversations early in the month, and that's going to set you up for the biggest success. The more people we can have conversations with this week, the bigger our month is going to end, the more momentum we're going to create. So our 90-day point goal, much more doable, right? We got to jump on this now. That's why we actually, I was going to do this Zoom on Wednesday, and I was like, we can't wait. That's like 4 days that we should be sending out messages. So we got to get on this. We got to like know what our goals are, know exactly, like have it in a visual, and let's go. So I will share what am I going to share with you? I'm going to share the board with all the different messages. And it does have those graphics on there of the earning potential. And I know not everyone here has boards, right? Does everyone here have boards or no? Okay, then I'll share one giant note that has all of them in there. And what else did you need? I'll share Brooke's mapping template, my mapping template. And is there anything else that we said that you guys need or want? No? Okay, mostly just get to work. And if you're not already in the March Momentum chat and you want to be, let me know. But for sure, the Star Diamonds Rising, it's just a 10-minute video every morning. It will post at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 minutes, Monday through Friday. And I believe, so Saturday, they're doing like a Q&A panel, and I don't think there's anything on Sunday. I could be wrong. So yeah, starting Monday, that's what you can expect. And then they'll give you a little activity to do that day. So if you're doing those things and you've got your lists and you send these messages out and you're just like making that the priority is have conversations early in the month, then you will reach your goals. You will. You can do this. And be willing to push yourself a little bit.
Can I add something about that? Did you all see in that group, there is a post, so if you didn't see it, go and find it, that if your points increased by even 1 point, the very first giveaway they're doing is based on that. So you just have to put a screenshot showing that your points increased from January to February.
They already did the giveaway though.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they already
Yeah.
did the giveaway.
I didn't win?
Apparently not, unless,
Okay,
I mean,
so
go watch the
forget
video.
everything I just said. Just
Yep, gotta be on those things fast. Okay, anything else? Any questions? All right, are we ready to do this? Like who's committed to starting some conversations today? I know it's Saturday, but like you've got, like it's all laid out so well for us. We've got great messages. We know who to send them to. Let's go, right? That's what matters. Okay, you guys are amazing. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Tell Rob, I hope he got a hole-in-one. I don't know what a good golf score is.
well,
So
no, my whole point with that is I'm by myself, so I have no excuse,
oh,
right?
let's go. Let's go. I love it. All right. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.